So I just wanted to show you a few of the things that's been happening with Armored Front, but let me get out here and see what's going on. There's a bit of a battle going on. I'm not sure how loud that's gonna get. Maybe I should move out of the way, but you know what? Let's just stay here and let me show you what we have. So first of all, you can see the crew. And before I say anything else, let me tell you that the crew is going to be replaced. These are placeholder models for now, and you're going to see proper uniforms and models. And over here we have the ready rack. This is where you get your ammo from. And you can have up to 6 shells in here, and you could have them in any order you want. And the way it works is once you run out of these shells here, you can ask the gunner to load them from the internal storage. But later when you have the loader, you can have the loader do that automatically, or you could ask the loader to load a specific round into the ready rack, which I'm gonna show you later how that's done. And I think I've gone over the gun operations before, so I'm not gonna go over that right now. But the next thing I have to show you is the radio, or rather an intercom. You're gonna use this to communicate with your crew. You have the gunner. Don't worry about that. You have the gunner, driver, loader, and the RO, which is the radio operator, which is not there right now. So the loader and the RO, we are missing those two guys right now, but they will be here at some point. I hope those two tanks die, so it's kind of loud. So let me put them out of their misery. So when you move into a cruise station, and if you have an AI gunner in there, he'll get out of the way, and now you're controlling the turret. So another feature I added is the trigger. So when you're grabbing a control, you could simply pull the trigger on your controller, trigger button on your controller, and it's gonna shoot the gun. It's gonna make it a whole lot easier to get around out when you're in a hurry. Or, as before, you could just whack this trigger here. That also fires the gun. I hear one of the tanks just went up. One more guy, and we can continue on with our little mission here. There you go. Alright, now we can have some peace and quiet. Okay. Going back to what I was talking about. Yeah, so by the way, the trigger, the grip trigger works on all the controls. Any control that has to do with the turret, the traverse, or the elevation levers, they all follow that rule. If I'm grabbing on something, I can press the trigger and it fires. So the radio. The way it works is you grab this knob and you can twist to any of the crew, and as you see, the loader and the radio operator, they're not showing up because they're not here. So we'll go through the commands that you can give the driver, and then we'll go to the gunner, and then I'll show you how to start the tank and drive the tank. And I may split this video into 2 and maybe have a shorter video for driving. Alright, so as a driver, by the way, you could just use your fingers to move it around. You don't have to grab. You can, you don't have to. First thing I want to do is tell the driver to start the engines. Oh, not the engines, start the engine. It's only got one engine. Alright. Start the engine, go back. I'm going to set it, tell it to go forward, and then I'm going to tell it to go at a speed of medium. and I'm gonna turn hard left because I do not want to go into those enemy tanks. Actually, I am going into the enemy tanks, so let me do one more hard left. Alright, so that's how you control the tank. And you know what? I think they spotted me. Let me do a couple more turns and go back. Let me slow down. Alright, so that's how you basically control the tank with the driver. Later, you could use voice commands, and you're gonna have a what's called a pork chop, which is a little handheld thing that sticks out of this, which you can grab onto, and then you press the trigger button while grabbing it, and then you can talk to the crew member. But you just have to make sure that you have the right channel selected for them, for the gunner or the loader or the you know, whoever you need to talk to. Make sure that channel is selected, and then you press and hold the just like a walkie-talkie. But that's not going to be here for a good while. I think maybe midway through early access. I've done some testing on that. It works, but it's not ready for public use yet. But let's go to the gunner. The gunner can control the turret. By the way, all these commands that you see here, they're sort of temporary, and you're gonna see more options, and maybe things are gonna be done a little differently once this is released. The way you load the ready rack through the gunner is go into the ready rack, and you can say restock high explosive, AP, or smoke. I'm just gonna get a couple of high explosives in here. As you can see, it got loaded from the internal. It got loaded from the internal storage. And then what I could do is I could tell the gunner to engage at will. And now, as long as there's a shell in there, he will aim and fire at any enemy target. So let's go back towards the enemy tanks that were there. So I'm going to tell the driver to speed up and hard left. And also, by the way, I'm gonna ask the driver, or the rather the gunner, turn the turret right, because I know they're gonna be over that way. I'm gonna move into the loader here. Let's go ahead and throw a shell in there. And I think I did engage at will. Let's go a little bit faster. So another thing that's gonna happen is, or need to happen, is a map. There's no way to tell where I am right now, but that's gonna get rectified in some point in the future. And I'm taking hits. Okay, stop. There goes one of them. I see another guy somewhere. Alright, let's get another high explosive. The Tiger's high explosive can take out a not one, but two tanks at the same time. Okay, I didn't think that was gonna happen. I think something hit something, and well, there you have it. I see another tank to the left. I don't know what it is. I want to check it out. Also, grab movement system is a little finicky right now. What I'm gonna do probably is instead of being able to grab anything, I might put some handles or something like that. That way it's easier. That way you'll know where you can grab, because otherwise it's a little confusing to figure out what you can grab and what you cannot grab. So I think it's better to have some sort of a handle, like a yellow handle or something, so you can grab it and move. That way there's some indication where you can grab onto and pull, versus trying to figure it out and wonder why it's not working. Alright, so let me see where the other guy is. I thought it was a Panzer. I don't know what happened there, don't ask. I think there is a... Okay, that's a friendly tank. So that's another thing. Right now the AI is immobile. They do not drive, they do not patrol, they do not do anything but sit there and shoot at you or shoot at the enemy. That's going to be actually the next update. You're going to have mobile tanks. They're going to come with you, they're going to patrol with you, and you'll have convoys and other things that are mobile. They're not going to just sit there and take it. Instead, they will chase you down and try to flank you and attack you. But let's go ahead and move forward, see what else we got. If there's any other tanks that we need to take care of. Driver, forward. So I think I went over most of the stuff here in the turret. Again, the gun, you guys know how to do that. It's simple. Got the breech lever here, and shower shell in, and you saw the shooting. Intercom. Oh yeah, one more thing about the intercom. So this is the intercom that controls the crew, but there's also going to be a radio. It's probably going to go. Let me tell the gunner to relax here. Another thing I want to mention is the when you press one of these things, you're actually going to hear a response back eventually, or maybe not here. You're going to get a response or some sort of a text message or voice response in some cases, responding to you saying if they did it or not, if they can, or it's not just going to be some radio noise. It's gonna get a response back. But anyways, going back to what I was gonna say, there's also gonna be a radio. What you do with that is you can communicate with all the outposts nearby through a radio tower, and you can request support, like the aircrafts and artillery. So if you want an artillery strike on one of the targets, you just select it, grab your binoculars, and then you call it in, and you can get rid of it. There are other things you could do with the radio. You can request backup. So for example, once we have the Grand Campaign, each base that you capture will provide you with some sort of ability, like it could be a fire base with RD support, or it could have tanks that could spawn. So you can request, for example, some medium tanks to come over to your location and support you with your next advance. That's a lot that I have planned for the radio. So I'm pretty excited about that. Another thing is, I think I already mentioned the voice. So the trees and everything that you see here, they're not exactly, I wouldn't say they look pretty, but they're gonna get upgraded eventually with better models and better optimized models. Because right now you can't drive through them, you can't crush them or anything like that. You just go through them. But in the future, you're gonna be able to pretty much destroy them by running them over. The machine guns. There's a machine gun right now. It does shoot. It does shoot, and you can kill anti-tank crews with it. But that's about it. But I'm not sure when. I think it's gonna be a little while before we see actual infantry running around. You'll have infantry to deal with also on top of everything, and you can have to use your machine gun. By the way, it's going to be a radio outside, so you can control it from outside while you're here. And also, of course, there's going to be one in the radio operator's compartment. Well, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully, we'll have another video next week. If you guys have any questions or comments or recommendations, please let me know. Thanks for watching.